Welcome to the Parental Room. The Parental Room is a safe space for parents to come share their tips, tricks, and experience. All right, today's guest is Taj Coach Echoles. He is the vice president of the 100 Black Men. Welcome. How are you today?
Thank you. Thank you for having me here, Leo.
Great. How's everything?
Well, listen, man, there's an old saying, if it got any better, I wouldn't be able to stand it.
Mhm.
So with that being said, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here, just to share some jewels and some nuggets and just get the word out and advise the community on parenting and mentoring and things of that nature.
Awesome. Awesome. We're glad to have you.
Absolutely.
All
Glad to be
right.
here.
So let's just get right into it, right? How many children do you have?
Three total.
Three total.
Yeah.
Okay. Boys, girls, ages?
The oldest is 25,
Mm-hmm.
uh, female.
Mm-hmm.
The second is 22,
Mm-hmm.
male, who's graduating college
Okay.
in the next 2 weeks, and the youngest is 20, who's a sophomore in
Great.
college.
Great. Great. How was it becoming when you first found out you were becoming a parent?
Nervous, nervous, and I think it's a different type of nervousness because I had returned home from college, degreed,
Mm-hmm.
but yet and still figuring things out.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people think because you may have your professional career in order and things of that nature, you may have received educational accolades that you are prepared
Mm-hmm.
to be a parent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not true. I don't think you're ever really prepared to be a parent. You
Right.
grow into it,
Mm-hmm.
but you're never prepared.
Right. I do feel like when you're trying to prepare yourself to be a parent, it's like everything is flipped.
Absolutely,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
no, that's great. Yeah. Um, how were your parents in your eyes while you were growing up?
Well, I think my mother
Mm-hmm.
did a phenomenal job, as most of us tend to agree with.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a generation where absentee fatherism
Mm-hmm.
was a thing,
Mm-hmm.
um, and my mother really stepped into the gap. But I also have to give a lot of kudos to my grandparents
Mm-hmm.
and to the males in my family.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother really was very intentional
Mm-hmm.
on me understanding the role of her as the mother and that there's another role, that of the father.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very grateful for having a wonderful stepfather who stepped in
Mm-hmm.
and provided guidance and assurance, and who has helped me to be the individual that I am today.
Gotcha. And how did that affect you to becoming the individual you are today? Like now that you're a father, how did that, how did that environment affect your, how you created your environment now?
Well, I love to use the word intentionality and being intentional.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was very evident and very aware that when I became a parent at a very young age,
Mm-hmm.
that I wanted to be very intentional with regard to ensuring that no matter what the situation was,
Mm-hmm.
that I intentionally stayed in my child's life
Right.
or my children's life to ensure that they were raised in the manner in which I saw fit,
Mm-hmm.
the manner in which I was raised, which
Mm-hmm.
was uh, very good, very Caribbean style household
Mm-hmm.
with morals and values, and that's very important.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And from that experience, how important would you say it is for a father to be in their child's life?
Exceptionally
Mm-hmm.
important.
Right.
Just look at society.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what's going on in our urban corridors specifically,
Mm-hmm.
with the fathers being absent
Mm-hmm.
or the fathers not being present the way they're supposed to be present.
Mm-hmm.
From a social and an economic standpoint, we're seeing a lot of, I want to say, vacuums
Mm-hmm.
in our society with regard to our children.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of the boys are confused with regard to acceptance and what the role of the father is,
Mm-hmm.
providing structure.
Mm-hmm.
Structure is key
Mm-hmm.
early on.
Right.
And, kudos to our moms,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a father's structure and his guidance that really is important
Mm-hmm.
with regard to a child understanding the ways of growing, especially for our boys into manhood,
Mm-hmm.
and to our girls understanding how a man should really love them. Their
Mm-hmm.
first true love should be their father.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. So just a back story on me. I had to actually, I did have a bad separation with my twins' mom, and I actually had to go to court to fight for my rights to get my 50%. So I do believe that it is important for us to be there. Now we're coasting towards a better relationship, a better co-parenting relationship. However, but I did have to make that intentional fight for it. So would you recommend that all men, even if the mother is being difficult, and there are emotions involved where they want to keep their kids away from the father, you feel like they still should fight?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, Leo, this is I am a major proponent
Hmm.
of men understanding, and I advocate any chance I get to speak to young men who are going through similar situations. I
Hmm.
always tell them that you have rights.
Right.
You have parental rights.
Hmm.
Florida's a 50-50 state,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And a lot of other states across this country are what's considered 50-50 states. But
Hmm.
ideologically, we've come to this understanding or this belief
Hmm.
that the father's rights
Hmm.
are diminished and that it's entailed by allowing someone else to tell us when we should have our kids or how much we should be spending time with our child
Hmm.
or how much money is allocated towards the upkeep of a child.
Hmm.
Um, if if need be, and a lot of times it's needed for us to ensure that when we go to court,
Hmm.
right, and that our voices are heard.
Hmm.
But a lot of us are either not aware
Hmm.
or we're just not willing to go, not necessarily the extra mile,
Hmm.
but
Just deal with the
to
stresses.
deal with the stresses
Yeah.
and dealing with the court systems because again there's a stigma behind going to court
Hmm.
and things of that nature, but
Right.
we've got to be more intentional with doing so.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. So, what are some highs you experienced from being a parent?
Oh man, um, I think the highs come in moments,
Hmm.
right? Of course, the birth of the child,
Hmm.
uh, the child's first words,
Hmm.
a child's first day in
Hmm.
school, a child being able to take first steps.
Hmm.
Um, but those are some of the more traditional things. I think
Hmm.
um, one of the biggest highs for me
Hmm.
was watching my son uh, follow in certain footsteps, whether it's in thought, words, or deeds. Right?
Hmm.
Those are some of the highs of knowing that whatever I had imparted in him.
Hmm.
I give you a quick story. I dropped him off to college. He's a sophomore at Florida A&M University,
Hmm.
and I dropped him off to college, and I had two requests from him. One of those requests was, by all means necessary, stay out of trouble,
Hmm.
and number two, to be of good service
Hmm.
on the campus and within the Tallahassee area. And one of those highs is just seeing him indoctrinate himself into community service,
Hmm.
not just on the campus, but within the city of Tallahassee right now.
Hmm.
And a large proponent of that is him watching me do the work within the community and using that as a barometer to do what he does now.
Right. That's amazing. That's amazing. And what would you say are some lows that you may have experienced?
Some of the lows are have them having to learn from mistakes that could have been prevented if they had to just listen.
Right.
Right?
Hmm.
As a parent, your job is to protect them from different things. But a lot of times we've learned, even in our rearing and how we've become and maturated into individuals, into adults, that a lot of times you got to go through some things in life. But
Hmm.
one of the hardest things is to watch them
Hmm.
go through those things
Hmm.
and not be able to necessarily save them from themselves.
Right.
So that's one of the lowest things,
Hmm.
and having to watch them kind of figure it out
Hmm.
and navigate it
Hmm.
is very hard and
Hmm.
and can be considered one of the lows.
Right. I agree. I agree. There's no teacher like experience, but there's some things that you just wish you can prevent them from experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right. So I know you're the vice president of the 100 Black Men. Tell me how you've incorporated you becoming a parent and being a parent or a mentor into that.
Well, the 100 Black Men of South Florida is has four pillars:
Okay.
economic empowerment, mentoring, health and wellness, and community service, community engagement. The mentoring component definitely is a key benefactor because we've got a mantra: what they see is what they will be. And we've got a couple of different things that we involve ourselves with within the community. The 100 Black Men nationally is considered the leading proponent with regards to mentoring within the country. Locally, we have the Dr. Harold Gilliard Leadership Academy, which meets every second and fourth Saturday at Charles Hadley Park.
Okay.
And we also have our Positive Youth Development, which is a in-school programming component where young men within our urban corridor schools are able to see the men of the 100 come in, and we do mentorship, we do mentoring, we come and speak to them in school.
Okay.
And it's hands-on. They get to see positive embankments of our community, reaching them and coming and meeting them where they're at.
Right.
In addition, it doesn't stop there because mentoring also must be included with regard to those who are in college. So we have our Collegiate 100 and those that are coming home from college, excuse me, with regard to the investment of them hitting the ground running with our emerging 100. So it's a full-scale mentoring component that I proudly serve as one of the vice presidents to do the work of this community. A lot of it is time-consuming, yes, but it's also rewarding when you can make a difference. A lot of the students that we service, a lot of the males specifically that we service, don't have fathers.
Right.
So we serve as those father figures for them.
Gotcha. Awesome. That's amazing. So yeah, so April is Autism Month, right?
Yes.
So tell me about your thoughts on, autism awareness and everything.
Well, April is Autism Awareness Month, and being married to a speech language pathologist has really heightened my understanding. Specifically as an educator, I've been an educator for 21 years in the Miami-Dade County Public School System, and I've been able to not necessarily, I don't want to use the word hone in, but definitely make autism and being aware of some of the signs and some of the things to help parents along the way with identifying if their child needs assistance. I'm grateful of the role that my wife has played within our South Florida community with regard to awareness and really getting the word out. And one of the things that with autism awareness, we have to transition in from awareness to acceptance, understanding and acceptance. And that's one of the key components that I hope with this discussion of autism awareness that we move towards.
Right. I agree. I agree. Thank you for that. And what are some final gems that you would give to anyone that is a parent or becoming a parent or thinking about becoming a parent?
There's a poem specifically for the men out there. It's called Test of a Man, and it says, "The test of a man is the fight that he makes, the grit that he daily shows, the way he stands upon his feet and takes life's numerous bumps and blows. A coward can smile when it's not to fear, and nothing his progress bars, but it takes a man to stand and cheer while the other fellow stars. It isn't the victory after all, but the fight that a brother makes. A man when driven against the wall stands erect and takes the blows of fate. With his head held high, bleeding, bruised and pale, is the man who will win, fate defied, for he isn't afraid to fail. That's the test of a man." And I think that's the testament of every father, every black male, every man of color that we face, is that we can't be afraid to fail. In failing, we learn, and that is the key to life.
Amazing. Thank you for that. And thank you guys for tuning into the Parental Room. We wish you guys to tune in some more for some more gems. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. I see what you